What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool things almost every single day. And in today's video, we are doing yet another edition of Masked Drummer Review. This is the series where we take a theatrical musician, specifically a drummer, and we do a full-on review of their character, I guess, if you want to call it that. Basically, there are two parts to a theatrical musician. There is the theatrics, of course, and then there is the musician. I, myself, being a drummer for almost the entirety of my life, happen to know a little bit about drumming. But I, as the mask guy here on YouTube, also know a little bit about theatrics. And in today's video, we are doing yet another Mudvayne drum cam review. This won't be a reaction because I have definitely seen this drum cam over and over and over. And this is also going to be an interesting episode because this is the first repeat musician that we've covered. So we actually already have done a Matt McDonough video, and there are a few reasons why we are going to be doing that again. Now, first of all, before I give you those reasons, let me tell you guys, I know Matt McDonough doesn't wear a mask, although technically he has worn a mask a few times on this new Mudvayne run. And by definition, face paint alone does fall under the category of masking yourself. So that is why we are doing it. I love Mudvayne too much not to include them in this series. And this series was never supposed to be about masks in particular. It was supposed to be about theatrical musicians. Theater comes in a lot of different forms, and obviously we are looking at the aesthetic of a person. That is the theatrics that we are covering, and Matt McDonough and Mudvayne in particular definitely fit that shtick. So, I know he's not wearing a mask in the video that I'm about to show you. He has worn masks in the past, and we count face paint as masking up around these parts. So that's all there is to it. That's why I am doing yet another Mudvayne video. That's why I've done Mudvayne videos in the past, and honestly, it's my channel, and I just like Mudvayne. So, now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about why we are doing yet another Matt McDonough Mudvayne Masked Drummer Review video, because we already did Dig, and we did it not too long ago. We've never done a repeat musician here in this series. Well, the reasons for that are pretty simple. One, the first reason is that they have absolutely upped their game in terms of what they are posting on social media. This new drum cam absolutely blows the last one away, everything from the song selection to the audio quality to the video quality. They've added two angles in this for us to watch, so we get to watch Matt's feet as well as like an overhead side profile shot of him playing during the entirety of the video. It doesn't switch back and forth, it is just like a split screen, and I think that that's pretty cool. The audio has been upped way better. I think that this is like straight up soundboard audio rather than just raw GoPro audio, which is awesome. And the song selection. This song selection is way cooler than Dig. I know that Dig is like their opus, but there are far better songs, far more entertaining songs, far more technical songs, and this is a prime example of some better songs just off of LD50 alone. So we're actually going to be taking a look at two songs from the LD50 record today, and that is actually my favorite part of the video. It is one video with two songs, and there's a really cool way that they combine them, and it's my favorite part of the video, so when we get there, I can't help but get excited. I'm sure that I'm going to get excited even while recording this video after watching that video 10 times now. Now, another reason why we are doing another Matt McDonough video is because my Ohio accent came out in the last video, and instead of me saying Matt McDonough, which is how I say it. I didn't say McDonald. It definitely does sound like I'm saying McDonald, like McDonald's fucking fries or whatever, but I promise I'm just saying McDonough, because that's how I thought that it was pronounced. That's how I read it, and apparently I am wrong, and the comment section was very quick to let me know that. So I'm saying McDonough, even though that's not how it looks to me. If that's how it's pronounced, that's how it's pronounced. And the last reason, a very important reason, is that I'm always trying to raise awareness on this channel for cool things, and you would be surprised how many people out there still don't know about Mudvayne. Personally, I think Mudvayne are in the best spot that they've probably ever been in. Now, obviously, LD50 is their prime, but we'll never have that again, and it just seems like Mudvayne's in a really good place. We've got a perfect combination of what made all of us fall in love with the LD50 era, along along with everything that they did after the LD50 era, and it's really a treat for fans. So by doing yet another video, I am able to show this to dozens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that don't really know about Mudvayne, and maybe they'll leave this with a new appreciation. I know a lot of hardcore House of Masks viewers aren't going to be super stoked on the reaction review style videos, and that's fine. You don't have to watch them. They are not for you. I'm sure that you've already seen this drum cam, and I'm sure that you don't really care about this video, and that is totally cool. This style content is to help show new people cool things like Mudvayne. I've done this with a million other things. Batushka, Gwar, Ghoul, you name it. If I can use my big Slipknot mainstream fan base viewership to get people interested in other things that are just as cool, if not cooler, I am going to do that. So, those are my big reasons for why I am shooting yet another masked drummer review on Matt McDonough of Mudvayne. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop on into the review. So, for those of you that are familiar with this series, you know that the first thing that we always touch on is the aesthetic, the theatrical side of the theatrical musician. And I've got to say that I think Matt McDonough looks cooler now than he ever has. He is sticking with the black and white theme from the LD50 era that he is pretty well known for. However, he has switched it up pretty drastically. Now, for most of us, when we think of Matt back in the LD50 era, when the face paint was super prominent for Mudvayne, we probably all pretty much think of the really clean black and white looks. He would do everything from half black and half white on his face. Sometimes he would do a really soft fade. Sometimes there would be a little bit of red involved, but for the most part, it was a very black and white, pretty symmetric style paint job that we saw most of the time. And like I said, he has stuck with the black and white theme, although I think it is far, far cooler on this new Mudvayne run. And he's doing it with next to nothing. Sometimes he will literally only have a full white face and still be terrifying. And it seems like every show, he, along with the rest of the band, are doing very subtle changes to their face paint. So, like I said, he would start off with like all white face paint, and then the next time that we would see him play the next night, he would have one black line coming from somewhere around his eye. And then eventually all of those black lines would accumulate, and we would have some sort of like evil puppet style weird paint job going on. Now we've got blood coming from his hairline down onto the white face paint. Just super cool looks. This dude is actually genuinely scary to look at. Like, I feel like he would just bully me if we were having a conversation. He's just scary looking. I mean, this literally looks like a real life modern Pennywise. The dude's fucking scary. His aesthetic gets a 10 out of a 10 for sure. I can't wait to see what else he's got up his sleeve. I do just genuinely enjoy the looks that he's been going for, specifically for this run. I loved him during the LD50 era. I liked when he got a little bit more experimental. He was doing things with blood. He was doing things with different colors that I think were way cooler than his black and white looks back then. However, I've got to say that we are probably in my favorite era of Mudvayne looks, and more specifically, my favorite era of Matt McDonough looks, because he just looks rad. He's doing so much with so little, and I think that this is a lesson to a lot of theatrical musicians out there. Sometimes less is more. Subtlety is awesome, and if he's doing this with literally just white face paint, black face paint, and maybe a little bit of blood, how are so many people missing the mark on a cool aesthetic? I don't get it. Regardless, 10 out of 10 on the theatrics. Now we can spin around, pop the headphones on, and check out this drum cam, and by the end of it, we will be discussing Matt's playing. Are you ready? Me too. Let's go. Alright guys, buckle up. This is going to be quite a long video. It is 9 minutes and 43 seconds of just the drumming alone, and obviously that's not counting all of my commentary. Due to the fact that the drum cam itself is so long, I'm going to do my best not to interrupt this. I've already seen it a million times, so it's not like I'm going to be doing any sort of crazy reactions or like my mind is going to be blown. I've already watched this probably 10 times now, but this is super, super sick, man. I want you guys to see it. Like I said, I want to spread Mudvayne to the masses. I feel like they are still, to this day, extremely underrated. I feel like Matt is an extremely underrated drummer in the metal world, and I just want to spread the good word, the AJ good word. So we're gonna go ahead and pop on the headphones. Got to take off my super sick cowboy hat for this, and we're gonna get on into the drum cam. Aw, man, my fucking cowboy hat's falling apart on me. It's the first time I've worn it in forever, too. Damn it, man. I haven't even used this much. Alright, anyways, Mudvayne, Severed, and Death Blooms, play. I know I said I wouldn't interrupt a lot, and I'm still going to try to do my best not to, but he is such a powerful player. Like, he's probably easily the most powerful player that we've ever reviewed in this series. He just punishes his drums. I love that. That was a unique hit too, right there. I feel like you never see like a crash and a China utilized together. Dude is a monster. Like I said, he's a machine. He's able to fit all of these weird little grooves inside of places that probably shouldn't fit without sounding messy or overplayed, but he does. And also, he's hitting hard as fuck. I feel bad for the drums. It is a very powerful, he's a very powerful player. And he looks cool. And he blows snot rockets. God damn, it's so cool. That jump into Death Blooms. There's a lot to unpack from the last time I talked to right now. We had all kinds of cool like grooves on the ride and the hi-hat, which he's done in both songs. There are two different sections where he's doing like some off time. I'm at a loss for words right now, but I love that shit. And then like time changes between grooves. Well then, there you have it. Matt fucking McDonough from Mudvayne, crushing it. 2 songs. I mean, technically it was only one part of Severed and then the entirety of Death Blooms, but man, he slayed that shit. This is like the ultimate Mudvayne drum cam for me, because not only was it 2 songs from the LD50 era, and they were both 2 really cool songs to show just all of his abilities. Like, he did everything. He did everything that you could think of, and I tried to call some stuff out as I saw it. We were moving snare hits around, there were great fills, there was double bass, he did a lot of fucking cymbal work, just everything that you could want out of a metal drummer we saw in this video, except for maybe blast beats, but I don't really think that blast beats fit Mudvayne, so I'm actually really glad. But man, what can you say about this dude? Like, I keep coming back to this, like, he is the most powerful player that we've reviewed, because he is. He just fucking beats these drums up. Normally, I don't care about that. It's like, oh yeah, you can hit the drums hard, but the way that he does it is so different, and he's still in control, and he's still able to do his fast moves while also delivering such hard hits. The dude is just a machine of a drummer. Clearly, I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 on the actual musicianship as well. So, Matt McDonough is in the 10 club. 10 for aesthetics, 10 for presence on stage, 10 for musicianship. He's just that guy. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. I'm looking forward to meeting you down there and having a general discussion. And as for me here at the House of Masks, I think I'm pretty much done. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and drop a like on this video. It definitely helps the channel out. This has been AJ Good telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to drumming. And we will see you guys in the next one.